Hello guys and welcome to another video. So halfway through the first part of this video I noticed that I was talking a lot because there were a lot of comments, so I decided to break this down into two parts. So go watch the first one, I'll leave it linked up there, and I hope you enjoy this part. Thank you for watching. Gaia is a much worse villain than Kronos. I feel like that is a pretty popular opinion, everyone pretty much agrees. Leo is my least favorite character and my least favorite of the seven. I don't like some things he said in Mark of Athena, and I don't like some of the things he does. I feel like this is more popular nowadays because back then everyone loved Leo. So I don't agree. He's one of my favorites, but I can see why you wouldn't like him. My brother has recently told me that he doesn't like him that much either. He's one of his least favorites from the seven. So I can kind of see that. In Mark of Athena, he's very rude to Frank. So I understand it, I just don't share it at all. Okay, don't hate me for this, guys. Please stop starting comments with that. I'm not gonna hate you. If you respect me, then I will respect you, okay? It goes both ways. Lots of people forget that not everyone is LGBTQ+. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally fine with having representation in books. I really enjoyed Solangelo and the Trials of Apollo, but only around 4.5% of adults in the US are LGBTQ+. Literally a couple of days ago, people in the comment section of an edit are claiming Rachel, Percy Jackson the Olympians, is not straight. But it doesn't matter. She has to be single to be the Oracle anyways. Even if she wasn't the Oracle, she literally kissed Percy Jackson once. Also, I'm fine with people claiming people are asexual if they are not in a relationship or are known to be interested in someone. Because I can't name a single asexual character in a book besides the Hunters of Artemis. To that I say, first of all, it's fine, but that's not how you spell asexual. You don't need like a dash in the middle. But honestly, I could recommend you quite a few books with asexual characters. The first one being Loveless. Go check that out if you want to do that. It's asexual and aromantic. I actually looked at the statistics in the US and I'm still not 100% sold on it, especially since a lot of LGBTQ folks are closeted, so this number could never be 100% accurate or even close to it, I think. And especially since this series is focused on both a younger demographic and younger characters, we don't know because this is a survey for adults, so it really doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about here. And people can claim whatever they want. You know, there's not that much representation all in all when you think about it in Percy Jackson, even though there's more and more each series, but there can always be one more LGBTQ character. I don't mind it. It's like, just if you headcanon like a random side character being straight, then someone else can headcanon them as being gay or something else. It really is not harmful, and I don't think that headcanoning characters that aren't really shown to have like a specific sexual orientation, having something different is really bad, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, headcanon what you want, as long as it's, you know, not harmful to anyone else, and as long as it's not incest, you know, please. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. If they don't have an official orientation, then you can do whatever you want. I hate Calypso from the Percyverse because she stole Leo. You can't steal a person. It goes both ways. So, no. Not really. The Kane Chronicles is better than Percy Jackson and would be way more popular if it were realized in 2021. I agree, it's really underrated and I wish more people read it, but at the same time, I don't like it as much as the other ones, but I still think it's really good. So, I don't know what to tell you. I do think it would be more popular if it was serialized today, and I think that the Netflix adaptation is really gonna help with that. So we'll have to see if it's any good. The Trials of Apollo series was written only for the money. Honestly, I don't know, but you might be onto something there. Solangelo is just gayer and worse Percabeth and is boring. I disagree. Gayer Percabeth, because Percabeth wasn't gay enough already, I guess. I just have to say I disagree. The ending of Magnus Chase was very bad, like the rap battle was very cringy. Don't kill me. Please don't. I'm not gonna kill you, it's your opinion, it's fine, it's fine. I don't think it was that cringy or that bad, but I didn't enjoy it that much, so yeah, you're probably right. This is the one that I wanted to talk about. I think that Percy and Annabeth really weren't all that compatible. They weren't toxic, but if you think about it, they kind of always were disagreeing, and I think Annabeth would be better with Leo, and Percy would be better with Reyna. I still like Percabeth though. Okay, so I do think they are very compatible. A lot of people seem to think that Percy and Annabeth are opposites, and that's why they don't ship it, because opposites in the end don't attract and they wouldn't be compatible at all. But I've been thinking about this because I wanted to answer this correctly, you know, like in a comprehensible way. And I actually don't think they're opposites at all. I think they are super compatible, because opposites would be if they had none of the same principles, if they disagreed on everything, and if they were completely different people. And I don't think they are, because at like a core level, Percy is stubborn. So is Annabeth. They're both brave. They both want the same thing, to save Olympus and to save the world. So like they're pretty compatible on a very basic level. Yes, Annabeth is stubborn in a more proud way, and yes, Percy is stubborn in more of like a loyal to his friends way and staying very true to himself. But in the end, if you boil down the things to the very basic elements, they are pretty similar. They both want to fight for what is right. They're both super stubborn, super brave, and also they really like their friends. Annabeth is more territorial toward her friends, but still a very good friend, and Percy is more loyal to them and super hardcore about it. So in the end, when you boil things down to that, I think they're pretty compatible. And Annabeth fills the gap where Percy is more lacking, like book smarts and the mythology he doesn't know and everything like that. And Percy makes Annabeth be more impulsive and trust her gut more, and he makes up for her faults just as Annabeth makes up for Percy's fault, and I think that is beautiful. I think that Tyson and Ella ship is cringy. I don't think it's cringy necessarily. I think it's 100% unnecessary. Besides it being like different species, Tyson is literally shown to have the mentality of a child, and Ella, like, also kind of a bitch. Her personality is memorizing prophecies. That's all I can tell you about her, and being like super anxious. Like, I don't know what Rick Riordan was smoking when he decided to join these two characters in unholy relationship status, but I hate it. I hate it, and it shouldn't exist. I'm sorry if there's any Tyson and Ella fans out there. I just feel really strongly about this. Magnus Chase is better than the original Percy Jackson series. I don't agree. I think it's really good though. I think Rachel is actually a good ship, not as good as Percabeth, of course, but Rachel provided much needed conflict. I don't think the conflict was necessarily needed, but Percy really needed to have like a shock to his system in order to tell Annabeth how he felt, because that guy is really thick and really dense and really slow. So he might have needed that push in order to choose. Like, I don't know how it took him that long to notice. The Heroes of Olympus is a bad series. It has bad representation, bad characters, and bad ships. It can get quite tedious. You know, I am not in love with the series anymore, so I don't know if you're 100% right. I don't think it's a bad series. I think it just like got blown over proportion, and now people who are more mature are rereading it now and noticing it's a bit like so about the bad representation, I said this in another video. I can't really speak for it because I'm not the one they're representing. About the bad characters, I don't think they're bad, and the bad ships, I mean, we have two good ones. Like, the ones that came out of there, like, at least Solangelo and Percabeth are okay, right? The other two, I kind of agree with you. Okay, so this person had a lot to comment, so let's go through the first one, shall we? Jason's death didn't make me feel bad for him. Didn't really feel anything at all. He's like the male version of Mary Sue. For those of you who don't know, a Mary Sue is a character that has everything handed to them. They're basically perfect and they don't have to work for anything in their life because it's just handed to them. And they always get things right. And the male version of this is a Gary Stu. And I actually don't think that Jason is a Gary Stu because not everything goes right in his life. Like, he had a pretty hard and traumatic childhood. He died, so clearly not everything goes right in his life. And I 100% don't agree with you. It made me feel more things than Jason had ever made me feel, so I don't agree with you. You're wrong. Then we have another one from this one. The Percy Jackson deaths weren't that sad. I 100% disagree. They destroyed my life, so you're wrong. Another one, the Stoll brothers are just knockoff Walmart versions of Gred and Forge. And to this one I say, I completely disagree. Because they're not based on Fred and George. They're actually based on Rick Riordan's very own middle school students. Most campers that are shown like in the background of the first Percy Jackson series are based on Rick's own students. Like, I'm pretty sure Katie Gardner is as well. So they can't really be knockoff Walmart versions of Fred and George. I'm pretty sure that Rick Riordan wasn't very preoccupied copying our beloved J.K. Rowling. Then they said, I keep on liking Percy Jackson less and less the more I think about it. Maybe you should stop thinking about it then. Another one, Percy Jackson doesn't deserve the hype and most humor isn't that funny. Maybe you're just not the main demographic this is targeted towards, because, I mean, I'm not the main demographic anymore and I still think it's funny, so especially if you like Harry Potter, I don't understand, because those books definitely aren't laugh out loud worthy, so I don't understand where this is coming from, but that is to say I don't agree. Hermione is more likable than Annabeth, and the villains in Harry Potter are much better than Percy Jackson, and to that I say I don't really agree. Most of my answers here are gonna be predictable, because obviously I like Percy Jackson better. I don't think that Hermione is more likable than Annabeth. I think it's actually the other way around. Hermione can be pretty annoying, and since she gets more screen time than Annabeth does, it's more obvious. I feel like, yeah, Hermione can be pretty annoying. I still love her though, I like her as a character. But she also has a little bit of internalized misogyny, so she can be pretty annoying, if you know what I mean. And as the villains, I like Kronos, if you're talking about that series. And Voldemort is also pretty good, so I don't know, I think they're both good. Why can't we just like both of them? Another one, no ships are good in Percy Jackson the Olympians. Disagreed, obviously, disagree. Another one. Typing this, I already know you disagree, but I think Harry Potter is better than the Percy Jackson. It has much a stronger plot. Obviously, you're right. I don't agree. Another one. Rachel is better than Annabeth, and Percy and Annabeth should have stayed friends. We know the drill. We know that I don't agree. Another one. Harry Potter is the OG sassy king, and Percy Jackson is a nobody compared to him. Sorry if I came off as rude in these comments. It's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. Sorry if I'm coming off as rude responding to you, but I just really don't agree with most of what you're saying. But it's completely fine, obviously. It's your own opinion. I respect it. I just don't agree with it. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's been sassy characters before Harry Potter, and I'm pretty sure there will be sassy characters after Harry Potter and after Percy Jackson. I don't think it's really fair to compare the two. This is like different characters. If we're gonna get to that, then I'm gonna say that Harry Potter is nothing compared to the sass lord and the sarcastic man that is Styles from Teen Wolf. So, like, nobody can compare it to him. And Harry Potter tried, but he will never get to the level that is Styles saying, no. Do you want me to say it in Spanish? No. I mean, he could try, but he will never get there. And the last one from this person. I think more people should have died in the last Olympian. Why do you want kids to die? I mean, I get it, more emotional impact, but I feel like a lot of them died already. And a lot of them died off screen or campers that we just didn't know about. So, like, a lot of people died. Does it have to be characters who we know? It's like, we can't erase our whole cast in one book, but okay. Okay, I think this is one of the last ones. So, I don't know if this counts. People should actually realize that the reason Piper broke up with Jason was because she was a lesbian, and Rick Riordan couldn't say that because of censorship. Because let's be real, if she was having a different kind of identity crisis, she probably would have broken up with Jason. I mean, she might have been bi and just had enough confusion about it to think she was gay. I did that when I with my ex-boyfriend, and I thought I wasn't into guys, but then I realized I was a little bit. I don't know, because I don't remember if Rick Riordan has confirmed this or not. Rick Riordan, please stop confirming people's sexuality on Twitter, because not everyone reads that, so it's very confusing. I personally think that Piper is bisexual, and that she just felt like she liked Jason because that's the thoughts and the feelings that Hera had put into her head at the beginning of The Lost Hero. So I think she was just like holding on to those. But yeah, I don't know if she's a lesbian or bisexual. If you do know, please leave a link to something or like a tweet where Rick has confirmed it, because I really want to know. My unpopular Percy Jackson opinion: Jason Grace was a much better character than Leo Valdez, disliked Leo all throughout Heroes of Olympus. I don't know if you're right or you're wrong. I mean, I know I don't agree, but I just honestly really like Leo. I didn't know that many people disliked him. This is like a new wave of fans, I think, because everyone back then really liked it. So I feel like I've been missing from the fandom for like a couple of years, and now that I'm back, people have really different opinions. Finally, we have a great one, and it's that Rick Riordan has gotten really lazy. His books don't feel as funny or filled with good characters anymore. I don't know. So basically, here are my thoughts. I feel like Percy Jackson and the Olympians is the perfect series. Every character arc, every plot point is resolved by the end, and it feels like they were thought out well before he started writing the first book. Okay, I think Kane Chronicles is pretty good as well, and it's very well thought out. And Magnus Chase also pretty good. So the self-contained stories are pretty good. But then the continuation of the main Percy Jackson plotline, so that being Heroes of Olympus and Trials of Apollo, they feel like they were rushed and that they were written more because they could sell than because they should sell. So I think that Rick Riordan hadn't thought everything out in Heroes of Olympus, and that's pretty evident when you read the books, because sometimes it feels like he's just like coming up with concepts and that they don't really quite make sense, all of them put together. And with Trials of Apollo, I kind of agree. It wasn't my favorite series. I don't know if it's my least favorite series, but it kind of felt like we got the same book 5 times. I did really enjoy Apollo's development, but I don't really know if that series was truly necessary to end the Riordan verse. But it's out here. I enjoyed it, so I can't really say that I hated it, but I don't know if he's gotten lazy or if I'm just getting older. That's the thing. I can't look at it objectively, because Percy Jackson I read and loved when I was younger, so I can't tell if just like my opinions are changing because his writing is changing and getting lazier, or because I'm maturing and I am more critical about what I read now, and I have a different sense of humor and different wants from books. So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but that's gonna be it for today. I am literally dying. So that's it. I am almost dead. It's been a really confusing day. But please leave a like if you like this video. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with my opinions. I'm sorry if I came off a little mean in some of them. It wasn't my intention at all, so please be respectful. I'm 100% grateful for all of your comments and all of your opinions, even if I disagree with them. So thank you so much for commenting on that poll. From now on, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do polls and surveys and ask you stuff like that on Instagram, so please go follow me on this Instagram. This is my Instagram handle, and I think it's just more accessible to people because not a lot of people have community tabs on their iPads, tablets, or phones, so I think maybe trying this out will be better and it will reach more of you guys. So yeah, click that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed already, click that bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. I post videos quite frequently on this channel, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!